If that's the 4A camera,
what does this mean then for the 4A Pro?
Now that's a good question that I think I have the answer to. Nonetheless, 8 days until the full information is revealed, 8 days until we get the full picture of what's been in the works at Nothing Tech, and 8 days until I decide if I should go into debt adding another phone purchase. I don't know. Nothing's Tech though feels like things you just want to get even if you don't necessarily need. They feel like collectibles. It must be because there was an actual face behind the brand, not just a cool webpage. Anyway, with Nothing revealing some of its cards, there's already some things worth talking about. Something Nothing did with the 4A that they didn't do last year, and honestly I didn't see it coming. So much so I feel like I had to do a double check with you guys.
Was I hearing this incorrectly? Nothing slides in a periscope on the 4A and not just the 4A Pro? Or both? I didn't say it. He said it.
The big news is that we brought a periscope camera to the base model.
I mean, see, this is kind of a big deal. I have questions.
So if everyone gets a periscope lens now, how does Nothing make the Pro feel worth the extra money?
Well, they can achieve this in 3 ways. Maybe 4. By the way, this is the first prediction of the video for me. 1. Different zoom lengths. 2. Different sensor sizes. 3. Different apertures. And 4. Maybe better post-processing on the Pro model. Look, realistically, I can see the 4A having a 3x periscope lens much like the 3A Pro last year, and that means it's plausible the 4A Pro could have a 50 megapixel 5x periscope camera. This is a model other phone manufacturers have done, for example Oppo with the Find X8 and the Find X8 Pro, where the Pro model got an additional 135mm periscope lens. I think it's also very realistic that the sensor sizes change. A larger sensor means more light capture and more detail and better dynamic range. Plus, as periscope technology has matured, there's more room to work with internally, which makes a larger sensor in the Pro totally plausible.
To my third point, aperture changes can make all the difference as well. Maybe they widen the aperture of the Pro model to say f2. I believe the 3A Pro had an f-stop of 2.55.
You can really see how the aperture affects things on a camera lens. As I get a lower f-stop number, the aperture gets wider, and if I go to a high f-stop like f20, the aperture opening gets really small. The bigger the opening means better bokeh, and again, more light into the sensor.
To that fourth point, maybe there's just a little bit more effort to push that video and photo quality across the post-processing finish line. So phone color is a very exciting topic. They already show us the 4A in pink, and I gotta say I really like it. It's like an understated nice pink tone. I was expecting like a hot pink, super bright, but they did a really good job. What we don't know is what is in the 4A Pro lineup. This is me reacting to some of their teasers. I'm well aware that they probably are posting more stuff, but this is the reaction that I had at the time of filming.
What?
I like this. I like the overhead panning shot, very cinematic. It creates intrigue, like what's gonna happen? And obviously they show us a blue phone is there on the table, just a corner. But what we don't know is that the 4A or 4A Pro? Pretty sure everyone probably thinks it's a 4A. And it probably is, but I'm going to make a bold prediction. I think it's the 4A Pro. Last year they go 3A in blue, well received, well liked. This time I think they're going to change it up. 4A Pro in blue. If I'm wrong, come back to this video and let me know in the comments. I can take it. Next, they try to pull a fast one on us with the overhead shot in yellow, all the yellow colorway. So I'm thinking clearly, 4A in yellow. You know why? Because they have the ear A in yellow. So they're going to get a matching one. Ear A, phone 4A, matching. You feel good about yourself, you feel good about your life, you feel good about your tech. That's where I'm going. And what is this? They bring in Elton John. Impressive. They bring in Elton John for some marketing to show off a zoom test. I don't know what phone it is. Is it even a Nothing phone? I assume it might be, but that's a good move in the marketing department. May have cost a hefty dollar though. So, might have to look at their budget. We should definitely cut that. That was actually terrible. What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay, enough of that. I want to make my final predictions of the colorway for the 4A and 4A Pro. Yeah, I know there's other data out there, but that's not the point. I want to make my own predictions, and I had to do some intense coloring to get there and channel what my answers were.
Well, after all that, here's my colorway prediction in 1, 2, 3. This is probably the best prediction job in tech history, so, yeah.
In all seriousness, beyond the colors, nothing listens to the community, and they make a good move. They change the location of the essential button. They put it on the opposite side of the power button, and they raise it up higher on the device.
Now, this didn't overtly affect me in day-to-day use, but I will say when I was using the 3A Pro or Phone 3 to film, the phone clip would always trigger the button, and you end up getting some random audio recordings of you on the verge of losing your composure. Other notable features with the Phone 4a is the new glyph bar. I'll wait until next time to go into what I want to say about it, but for now I can think of one word: sophisticated.
Okay, another subpar prediction for you guys. The Phone 4a series will be received really well for two reasons. One, as far as 4a goes, we have camera symmetry, guys. Everyone can relax and rejoice. Nothing went awry, nothing went crazy. Got that nice horizontal built off the 3a, so that's cool. Secondly, the Periscope going to the base 4a model, that's huge. I think it's going to close the gap for a lot of people in the decision-making process. So pricing is going to be a little bit interesting. You know, Carl Pei has been up front that RAM has increased in cost, so that's going to trickle down to the new devices. And quite frankly, it's a bummer. You know, there's a certain dollar amount that you're willing to spend sometimes on a device, and when it exceeds that, it's a tough pill to swallow. So I'm looking at some online articles, and it's looking like the 4a is going to be almost a similar price as the 3a Pro was when I bought it, which was like $479. So that means the 4a Pro is going to be probably like $100 more, which would make it like $579 in the US. And that means with tax, if we see a 6 in front of the number, it's going to be a tough buy. I still want to get it, but I need it below 6. And then India, 30,000 to 35,000 rupees, up to 44,000 for higher storage variants. Interesting.
Friends and viewers from India, is this a good deal? I have no idea.
All right, so I'm excited. March 5th, 10:30 GMT. That's like 5:30 a.m. though, Eastern time, which is going to be tough. I'm going to have to start training this week to be able to wake up early enough to watch the event, because if it's on pre-order that day, I'm going to have to make the decision. And so I would love if you guys would come back to this video and find out, A, if this video aged well with some of the colorway predictions, and 2, did I get the phone and what color did I get? I know I said that last time, but honestly, I really don't know if I'm going to purchase. I'm really curious to see how March 5th goes and all the buzz. So that's it. See you guys in the next one, hopefully. Peace. You're kidding me. I already saw the post. I just saw it. I'm wrong. I'm wrong already. It's not a yellow phone as of right now. It's yellow headphones. I'm out. I still like that though. I still like it.